Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are making the Picot stitch, which is number 50 in our 63 Easy-To-Crochet pattern stitches combined to make an Heirloom Afghan by Darla Sims. So yes, we are at a Tuesday. Alright. So let's get started with this. We need to chain 26. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. In the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet in there. And then you're going to single crochet in every chain across. Alright, by the end of this chain, you should have 25 single crochets. We're almost there. Alright, so so row 2 is, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Okay, so we are going to single crochet in the first stitch. Yes. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. So you're just going to go down to the third chain here. You're going to slip stitch in there. And that is a picot. You're going to skip the next single crochet and single crochet in the next. And then there's your little picot. So you're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Picot in the third stitch from the hook. I'm going to slip, which means a slip stitch in there, and then you're going to skip the next one and single crochet in the next one, and you're going to do this all the way down. Okay, I'm going to do mine off camera and I'll let you get yours done, and I will see you in row 3. Okay, so we're at the end of row 2. And you should have 2 stitches left. You'll do your chain 3 in your picot stitch, and you skip that next one, and in the last one you will put a single crochet. And this is what it should look like after row 2 is done. Let's see, get that in the camera. There we go. So that's what it should look like. Okay, this side, this says this is the front side. Okay, so row 3, we're going to chain 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to turn. In the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, we're going to do our picot. And this is a double crochet. So this is a double crochet in a picot. So this stitch right here, that's what this is coming out. We're going to skip this picot and double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, do a picot. We're skipping this picot and double crochet in the next stitch in between these stitches in between the picots. These single crochets. And this is what we're going to be doing. 1, 2, 3, picot. Skipping this picot and double crocheting in the next stitch, which is the single crochet in between the picots. There it is. So you're going to do that all the way down, and I will see you at the end of this row. Alright, so we're at the end. We're going to do our last picot. So we're chain 3 and picot in the third chain from this hook, and now we're going to skip this picot, and in this last single crochet we're going to double crochet in it. Okay, and that is what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so now we're going to do row 4, and we're going to chain 6. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that counts as a double crochet and a picot. So in the third chain from the hook, you're going to picot in it. We're going to skip over this picot just like we did before, and we're just going to double crochet in the double crochets. So this row 4 is about the same as the last row. It's exactly the same, as a matter of fact. So you're just going to continue doing that. You do your chain 3 picot and double crochet, jumping over all these picots, and make sure that you double crochet in that last chain from the hook. And you continue doing that until let's see, this is about 8 inches, so I'm going to keep doing it until it's about 7.5 inches. And so until you're about 1/2 inch where you're away from where you're supposed to, because the last row is going to be different. So I will be back when we do that last row so I could show you what to do. So I will see you then. Okay, so this is the end of row 4, and I needed to show you this. This is the last stitch. So we're going to do our chain 3 and do our picot. And then when you put your last double crochet in, make sure that you do it at the top of this chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. And that's the way it should look. Okay, so now just continue doing that until you're a ½ inch. But like I said, since mine is 8 inches long, so I'm going to keep doing it until it's 7½ inches, and then we'll come back and show you how to do the last row. Okay, so I have about 7½ inches there, and I need to make it 8 inches. So we're going to finish up this square. I'm going to show you how. We're going to chain 4 and turn. Now this chain 4 is a double crochet and a chain 1 space. You're just going to double crochet. You're going to skip this picot and double crochet in the double. Just like we've been doing, except for we're not putting any more picots in. Chain 1 and double crochet, skipping over these picots, putting our double crochets in between the picots, but we're chaining 1 in between. And make sure you double crochet in the top of that chain 3. And then there is the, now we need one more row on there, because I'm a firm believer, if you, whatever you do down here, you should also do up here. It won't look right. So chain 1 and turn, and now you're just going to single crochet in every double crochet and chain 1 space. So make sure, and you should have 25 single crochets by the end of this row. And make sure that you're double crocheting in the top of this chain 3 space, that chain 3 there, or single crocheting. There we go. So there is your square. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're just going to cut this off, and I'm going to connect my other color to it. I'm just going to tie these together so I don't have very many ends to sew in. Using my magic knot. Chain 1 and turn. Alright. So now we are going to put 2 single crochets in this first one, and then we're going to single crochet in every stitch across. So remember that the magic number is 23 this time. I'll explain that when we go down the side of the square. Alright, when we get to the last single crochet, you're going to put 2 single crochets, chain 2, and 2 single crochets in there. And now we're going to go down the side. Now we need 23 single crochets down the side. But let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that if I put 2 in those, it'd be 22. And then we could put 20. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 in each one of these. Some of them are chain 3s and some of them are double crochets. But you're just going to put 2. There's 4. 6. 8. 10. 12. 14. 16. 18. 20. And there's 22. And then here's 23. And then right here on this first stitch we need to put a corner. So there is, you put 2, chain 2, and 2 more. Alright, and you're going to continue around this square like that. So make sure that you have 23 single crochets in between your corners. That's not counting your corners. So I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so we're back, and I half double crocheted to make this corner to the very first single crochet that I made, and then we put stitch markers in the corners because we're going to start our next row. Okay, so in the front loop only, you're going to slip stitch, and we're going to do this loosely. But you don't want to do too loose, and you don't want to be too tight. If you think that your slip stitches are too tight, then you'll go up a hook size. But if they're too loose, you go down a hook size. But that all depends on the person. This is what it should look like. See, perfect. Okay, so when you get to the corner, you're going to skip the corner, and you're going to just go to the next stitch after the corner and just continue around. Which is the reason why we've got those stitch markers in there, because those corners tend to hide as soon as you skip them. That way when we go back to it, we'll be able to pull it up and we'll see the corners. So I want you to go all the way around it, and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to the very first slip stitch that we made. And then we're going to pull these slip stitches down, and you're going to use, should be some back loops that we did not work into. We're going to put single crochets in those back loops. Okay, so this is the last one, and then when you get to the corner, you're going to pull that corner up, put your needle in there, or your hook. You can take that stitch marker out, and you're going to put 3 single crochets into that corner. And then you're going to continue in the back loops, just putting a single crochet in each one of those back loops. You're going to do this all the way around, and I will show you at the end what it looks like. Okay, so this is what our square looks like when it is completely finished. And even though there's a lot of holes in that, I kind of like it. So I want to, I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this square with me. I want to thank you for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.